Okay, all you Guzzi owners out there, especially V85 owners, I've got to my 30,000 kilometre review. All right, I've actually got just over 30,000 Ks on my V85 now. Okay, I've got exactly, what is it? 32,419 kilometres. Right, so the last review I did was my 25,000, just a bit over. So now it's just a bit over the 32,000 kilometres, which I think is about 20,000 miles, something like that. Okay, how's the bike been since the last review? I'm not going to talk about modifications, anything like that, because there's really, I don't think, anything I've done since last time that I can think of. Possibly just maybe the seat cover, but I don't know. It's a Wind Rider seat cover, which it's awesome. Get one of those. And those little, what's names down near the tank to stop the buffeting. They're really good too. Okay. Other than that, I think that's it. Rightio. I'll also talk about the tyres briefly. Now, I still highly rate the Dunlop Trail Max Mission rear, and I tried to go with a Dunlop Trail Max Raid front. So that's the Raid front. It's more of a, I guess you could say, a 50-50, where your Trail Max Mission is probably more of a 60-40 or 70-30. I still highly rate the rear. I was told on reviews that the Raid was a quiet tyre, but it's not. That front, it's stable at riding, but it's just noisy. It's like you got a wheel bearing. So I don't rate that front unless you're going to do a lot of off-road. But I don't consider these V85s a full-on off-road bike anyway. So yeah, I wouldn't go the Raid front. I would try something else. Yeah. Okay. So what can I say since last time? Rightio. The bike ran out of warranty May, April, March. Towards the end of March, it ran out of warranty. Even though this is a 2021 100versary model, I bought it in 2023 new. It was new when I bought it, just hadn't sold. So, yeah. It's only just run out of warranty. In saying that, I'll let you know about any problems or issues I've had since the 25,000 kilometre review. One major thing that went wrong was the switch block, the left-hand switch block. The blinker didn't work, and apparently the high beam. So that was just replaced under warranty before the bike ran out of warranty. Now, what I've heard on the forums, the left switch block can be an issue, and also the right at times. And apparently in Australia, they're around 400 odd Australian dollars, and then they've got to install it and plug it in and do all these other things. So it's quite an expensive problem to go wrong. So yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed in that, if I'm totally honest, that these switch blocks are an issue. If anybody can let me know if they've got a later model Guzzi, I'm not talking about the 25 models on because they change the design, but any of the later, say 22 or 23 or even 24 models, whether they fix that switch block problem and it's not an issue anymore. So I did most of the service myself on the 30,000. I did the rear bevel drive or the shaft drive. I done the gearbox, and I actually also had to, what else? I blew a fork seal, left-hand fork seal as well. Now, fork seals are one of those things, you're lucky if you don't get one that happens, but considering all the off-road I've done on this bike, I'm not going to put it down to a fault of the bike. It was just probably the rough conditions I took it over. So when I took that, but it sort of worked out really well, because when I took the forks off, that also gave me, and since the bike's now four years old, you should really change your fork oil every couple of years, especially if you live in a humid or hot conditions, especially humid. I mean, 4 years is okay, I guess, if you're not in a humid condition. So I got new fork oil. I actually got them done. I didn't do them myself. And that was around about $440 Australian to get the fork oil and the fork seals done and all the forks cleaned up. But at the same time, every other bike I've done, around that 30,000 K, I've always done the head stem bearing. Now, when I did the head stem bearings on these, like checked them, they were good. There was a little bit on the race. There was a little bit of discolouring on one side of the race, but the bearings were like really dry. There wasn't much grease on them all, if any. So I suggest that any of you V85 owners would probably want to look at doing your head stem bearing around that 20,000 kilometre mark to re-grease your head stem bearing, 2025, because there was just no, they're easy to do, and you'll need I can't remember the size of the socket to undo it, but yeah, or get somebody to do it in your 30,000 K service to say do your head stem bearing, to re-look at it, re-grease it, whatever the case may be. The bike's been running well. Occasionally I get a little bit of a miss in it, very occasionally. I go to accelerate and it sort of doesn't quite pick up and then does, and you know, that might happen once in a big ride sort of thing. It's not a major thing. So yeah, so am I happy with the Guzzi? I tell you what I am happy with. I'm happy that it's a very practical bike, that it's got a big tank range, that it's got cruise control, and that it's got shaft drive there, and you can take it light off-road. It's got tubeless wheels, a simple air-cooled engine, so there's a lot of pluses to this bike. It's comfortable, it's another reason. I guess my only negative now, and I know I've been singing the praises of the V85 on all my other reviews, I guess I just don't trust the long-term reliability. I know I probably shouldn't say that, and there's other riders out there that have done 100,000 kilometres on these and haven't missed a beat. I don't know. You got to wait a long time. I waited like 2 months to get the switch block, maybe longer, 2 to 3 months to get the switch block on this. So parts is an issue, the time it takes to get parts. I mean, filters and all that, that's easy. You can get aftermarket filters and all your oils and that are fine. It's just if you need to get any warranty stuff or any brakes. So I am really happy with the bike, don't get me wrong. I love the comfort. You know, probably one of the only things I don't like about this bike is performance. It's doesn't have a lot of performance. It's easy to, I guess you could say, redline it. I recently did a 3-day trip away that I organise every year, a mystery ride I do in Australia. So that's where we are at the moment. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm on the New South Wales Victorian border, Australia. That's where I live, and we have some of the best riding in Australia around this area, both on and off road. We did about 400 kilometres a day over 3 days of all mainly windy roads. I was with some guys on 1050 KDM, so 1090 KDM, Smart Pillon, Husky, 1250 GSs, stuff like that. Now this bike handles fantastic. I'll give it that. It's a brilliant handle bike, but when you really got to go gun this out of corners, you've got to keep it in that one little bit of a rev range to sort of keep the torque up there. And then when you get to a straight, everybody just comes flying past you. I know if you're not into power, and I'm not really into power anymore, I think for a V-twin, you'd think it would have more torque than it does, but it doesn't. So yeah, I still love the bike. I'm debating doing a big trip on it in September, over the other side of Australia with a friend on his 800 Tiger. I'm not sure yet. But, sorry guys, I'm actually I don't know, I still got to own it. In Australia, any bike that gets over about 40,000 Ks, the value starts to go down a lot. So I'm debating actually trading it in or selling it. I'm not sure yet. The bikes I'm looking at, because basically I've just bought a Honda CB500, but it's got a, if anybody wants to research this, I've got one. It's got a full Rally Raid kit on it. I bought it second hand. And I'm going to use that for basically my off-road long distance bike. And because it's light, it's reliable, dead set reliable, those Hondas. You can't fault them. Yeah, it doesn't have cruise control and that sort of thing, but it's dead reliable. And so really, I bought this for some light off-road and on-road, but I'm possibly looking at something just more on-road now. Possibly, you know, even a Tracer 900 GT or the Tracer 7, because I don't need something that big, because I said I'm not really into the power too much. But they've got a very similar power. They're 74 horsepower, these are 78, but they're only pushing around 196 kilo, and this is 231. So they've got the same motor in them as the T7 Tenere, which that CP2 motor, whatever they call it. Super reliable engine anyway. Or even the Triumph 850 Sport, because I don't really want it for off-road. We'll go down a dirt track. It's got actually more suspension travel with this. It doesn't have the wire wheels, but yeah, so I'm looking at something that can do long distances, that's still got a reasonable suspension travel if I really needed it. And yeah, okay, they don't have cruise control either. So this bike is such a unique bike in the sense that it's got everything you need for, you know, for long distance touring. It's fantastic. It's got everything. It's just brilliant. I've done a lot of reviews recently on other bikes, and besides a 1200 GS or 1250, I mean, there's really nothing that can compete with this bike as far as its specs. Okay, I've gone fairly long on this. It's not a negative review. I still really love the bike. I'm just, you know, I don't know whether it's going to really serve my needs long term now. If it was my only bike, this and one other small dirt bike, I still could hang on to it. So I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just debating right now. Yeah, it's all a bit of a debate for me, guys and girls. So I hope you like the video. Like I said, they are a great bike. They really are. You can get 400 Ks on a tank, up to 350, 400. All day comfortable. Don't have to worry about a chain. You've got cruise control, tubeless wire wheels. It comes out standard with a USB charging socket, and you can put an additional one on under the seat. So there's a lot of great things to be said about the Moto Guzzi V85. A lot of great things. Okay, guys, I'm in, like I said, Victoria, Australia, on the New South Wales Victorian border. There's some cattle grates. This is the view from around where I live. It's very nice. We've had beautiful weather. We need some rain. We haven't had rain for a while, but it's great riding weather. Okay, guys, I hope you like the video. I don't script anything. My videos aren't the best, but they're honest. Okay, guys.